So this got a clutch last weekend. Front spring was a month ago or so. Needs rear springs now, robbing out of that. Now it needs some frame repairs, bracket repairs. Still need to do the rear springs and rear shocks. They're working on that. I have not even started working on too tall yet. It's already September. What day are we on now? Oh, the 10th. I don't have much time left. Definitely not on schedule, which is normal, which is actually right on schedule for me. Not even moved too tall over in front of the shop yet and started tearing it apart to know for sure what else I might need. But I changed the fuel tank on this. I charged the battery on it. You know, totally something I don't need to be doing right now. Well, I do, but it is not really a priority. Eventually, I'm going to get too tall moved over. Hopefully today. I said that yesterday and the day before that. Gotta get the rear end bolted back under this. I gotta move what's left of that truck. Finally got all the parts off it except one other piece I gotta cut out. Still gotta haul that car in tomorrow, so you know I'll be gone. I'll be gone Friday to Sunday at another event, watching Bounty Hill, not a hole. We gotta be there and film that and check it out. Odds are looking not in favor of Carnage going, which is fine. Eventually I will make it there. There's still years ahead, if I'm still alive, to figure Carnage out and bring it. Probably not this year. So we're just going to focus on this. Oh yeah. I got to drop off this transmission tomorrow. Another transmission possibly, and a pair of heads. More doing, less talking. So I'm going to talk about this next. After this, I got to pull a transmission transfer case out of a Suburban. Eventually I'll get to too tall. I love these cross members that were in the 73 4s, where if they haven't been out before, it's kind of odd because this one has to have been out before, because this was not the original 205, because they had a 203 in this originally. But anyways, typical cross member where it's riveted here. It does provide more support because it connects to both ends of the C-channel frame. You have to undo those bolts, which means you can't get, like, you have to get up in here with a ratchet and a socket and undo the nuts, and then you have to hold the top on top of the frame. And more often than not, just like this one, you can't, because of wore out body mounts. There's really not any room to get a wrench to hold the top nuts, so they just spin and you can't get a wrench in there. So you have to, like, unbolt the body, pry it up to get a nut in there, or you just cut this thing off. That'll be last, so I guess I'll undo everything else first. So I had to unbolt the body bolts. Thankfully they did come out, and I've had to jack up the body that much to get in here and get to the top of these. Oh, look at that. I got almost an average amount of room now. Not sure what's holding it in there, but alright. Now we'll see if we can start too tall and at least move it closer to the shop. Oh, it's finally over here. Now I gotta leave and go renew tabs on everything that has expired tabs and registrations, so I'll be back. A little watery. Got it out. Definitely needs some lube, but nothing is in pieces, so that's a good sign. But it was definitely due.
I'll give you $35. That's all I got.
This boot has been bad for a while. Like the last 3 events a while. The last year more a while, maybe more than 3 events ago. But took me this long to finally get around to getting to it. Better that I got a Rosetta style joint shaft than a ball and claw, but it's still, I'd rather have a U-joint, but this is still better than ball and claw, but it is pretty stiff from everything, all the moisture and mud and stuff sitting in there. So trying to free it up, clean it out, and I'm going to keep turning it over till it frees up, and we're going to grease everything really good and put it back together. Yep. And check the shock accumulator seals. That one's definitely bad. So I'm going to check, make sure we got enough of these before tearing the shocks apart. Got everything cleaned out for the most part and cleaned up all the nasty sand and dirt and grease mix that's in there. So close to getting ready to put the boot back on, put the knuckle back on. Still got issues with my shaft. Got it soaking in ATF and acetone, and then make sure that all the movement's good and put it back in. Try to move the C4 over and get the transmission pulled out of it. I've got to run into town, drop off parts, pick up some new parts. Dropped off the load off the trailer on the way in, almost hit 3 different deer within a 5-mile section where the fire's at. I'm assuming they're kind of displaced because of the fires. Thanks for all the firefighters and everyone out there that are on those many different fires in our area. Now I got to stop, try to get these seals. And all right, I think we've got enough here to do what we got to do. Now on the way to go pick up a minivan. Maps for another Just need to get this Suburban ready to go. It's been actually 3 years ago we were trying to take it then, but didn't have it together. This year we don't actually need to take it, but we just want to have a recovery / emergency rig that's capable to go out there and winch things out, pull stuff around, and get around and go back and forth to camp. Gotta run around, check on a few parts and things I gotta grab back here. It's time to try to put this side back together. That's all greased and in, freed up as best I can get the shaft and joint. C4 is ready. Ricky's got that ready to pull the drop training transfer case. There we go. I can't really tell at this point. Say the clutch definitely came apart. There's springs off the pressure plate in here. So I'll get this unbolted and we'll see how bad the damage is. So I'm already seeing, there's where the springs were on the disc. So we actually had failure there to where apparently this just spins now. I don't know. But that's not good. And this was the south bend. Sheetrock Saturday? No, it's Thursday. No, is it? Yeah, it's Thursday. using the brake cleaner up here for the lone Hornet that was flying in here. Tires back on. One tire on. Well, too tall is got it, all 4 tires on it, so got to do the shocks, all the electrical, check the other side of the axle, try to clean out and refill the differentials. I got to leave today. Also, I was gonna say I didn't touch Carnage at all before this bounty haul, but just to say that I did touch it, I'm gonna. Oh, I did touch it. Oh, and so did the cat. I run back here, grab the 18 van, so I've got a place to stay. I'm gonna head out today for the Mountain Mafia's late summer throwdown, and they're also doing the Bounty Hill there. I'm gonna be over there to watch and film that. I brought the 18 van back this spring finally so that I could have, you know, all summer to put a transmission in it, change the rear end, and maybe fix some other things, give it a tune-up. Haven't done any of that. So it's gonna get loaded on a trailer and towed over the exact same way that it came home. I guess I could have just left it over there. Probably is gonna have a dead battery. Surprisingly not dead, but it's gonna be. The starting fluid there. So this transmission still works, just not in any gear except for first. It catches. And first works as long as you're not like on the throttle too much, because then it starts making weird noises and not moving. Reverse is about the same. It works as long as you're just kind of idling along. You know, I got a turbo 400 to replace the 700 R4. I gotta find it. I pulled it in a drive line and everything. I had all the stuff to convert this van to that setup, but don't know where any of it's at. And even if I did, I wouldn't have had time. Wouldn't have taken the time to put it in by now, anyways. Just because, well, why is it September? I'm not ready for June yet. Not ready. But on the plus side, that battery wasn't dead. I'm sure that one is. Probably that one. Maybe that one. Maybe that one. Try to get this stuff moved out of the driveway and make some room. Got the rear shocks unbolted, and now I gotta leave. I gotta leave soon. Gotta go load the van. I'm gonna go get everything ready to go to North Idaho so that I can just leave, and then I'm gonna come back, and if I have time, I'm gonna start tearing into one of these shocks and or doing one of other things. Also got this custom shift bracket that I had to kind of piece together from some pieces of scrap metal I hauled out of Wayne Hartwig shop years ago. It was just some 4x2 channel that I chopped up and custom ground down and drilled into and pieced together to make a bracket on the, because they never made an NV5600 to Dodge 205. That's what I have in the C4, or put in there so that I could shift the 205 and mount my Chevy 205 shifter. Then I made a linkage bar from here. So since we put a 6-speed and stacked the other crew cab, the 94 GMC crew cab, straight axled, it's got a 6-speed now. I have not even put a shifter handle in it because I have no way to mount it. I made templates for these pieces years ago when I made this so I could make more. Lost those templates. So now that the clutch is out of that and transmission's down, we unbolted this. If we can make another shifter handle bracket like this, then I need about 6 more of these to do for the other ones. You know, these tires aired up on the 18 van. Get it loaded. Had to stop for supplies. Had to try this flavor because I saw it. So this is my gauge. If it's warm enough that chocolate is melting, it is way too hot for me. Well, instead of parking at camp and grabbing everything, I should have just driven straight up to Turtle Rock because they're starting already and I'm not there. But Orville's here. Get up there. I don't run much these days, so I'm just gonna briskly walk up there and miss the first competitors. That concludes the Turtle Rock course. Stop by Elmer's Shaved Ice, see what they got. They are the sponsor of the Bounty Hill here at the late summer throwdown.
Yours truly, Elmer's Shave Ice. And now we have a little cotton candy too to add a little bit of
look at that.
awesomeness to the menu. But we are here finally. Took a lot to get set up, but we're here. We're ready to go. Bring on.
All
Bring
right.
on the people. Let's do this.
Yeah, they're coming.
Take out the Elmer's cash.
What can you tell us about that?
That's the free shave ice, people.
That's for the drivers of the Bounty Hill are going to get one of those.
Nice. 406 Drone Solutions, you getting some shaved ice too?
Possibly, yes.
Oh, yeah. First customers.
I'll take a strawberry.
Ooh, that's a good flavor. Boom! There we go, guys. Good flavor. You guys actually got some good choices. They're all good, but good luck, guys. Enjoy.
All right, I got to be the second customer. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, thank you. And now the next customers. So that's a new animal hole. Is that what we're saying?
The honey badger hole.
Wasn't there last time, so. There's a nice motorhome with a Scout behind it. I got a Ford Bronco too with a roof over it, looks like. Got dinner. That's where I'm headed. Day 2 of racing. They're about to start the Havoc cross course. Oh.
You're like, oh, I'm gonna stop myself.
I was thinking about it.
Best ever, I think.
I'm gonna run down to the downhill. Run over Elmer.
Rear output's broken.
Thank you, Cloud. Last thing before I go home. Here for that interview yet? No. Awards concluded at Mafia for the Havoc and Rampage classes, and dropped off the 18 van 3 weeks in advance here for Moye. Now again, head back and finish getting ready for the Sand Scorpions bounty hole. Here's all the rain that we needed like before the weekend and the week before that. I showed up to pick up a transmission. I'm gonna put that money towards fuel for this week. And in the meantime, a guy's coming up from the almost as far as Boise to pick up this Turbo 350 205 that came out of the Parts Suburban over there. And that money is gonna go towards paying for Tutol's transport over there. So I got things pulled apart here. One of these seals was kind of ballooned out more than it should have been, and allowing the nitrogen, air, and fluid to exchange. This one was in a little better shape, but we're going to replace them both with new ones. Alright, other transmission and transfer keys sold. Now I got enough money to pay for Tutol's transport this weekend. Okay, so I got the new ones forced on there, slid on there, and we'll start putting this thing back together. So all of these shackles need to be replaced. They weren't even that old. And bolts and hardware, and there's another few $100. Gotta leave, loaded everything. This is what happens when I finally get the full set of matching tires on this. Alright, so I got the tire changed off this dually, put a spare on, got another spare, got the other tire to put back on that so I can put another tire back on that wheel for another spare. And the whole deal we had lined up for Tutol's transport canceled. Lowboy's got to go out on a fire. It's way more important. 100% understandable, but now we had to revise all the plans, so I got to take these tires and wheels in to get mounted for one of the other tow rigs, put a steering box on it and a stabilizer, hopefully get rid of death wobble on that dodge so we can tow with it. And I got to figure out how to get Tutol there. I'm gonna have to do it myself, so that's why we got to get more tow rigs ready. Another day I got to be home and working on stuff, and another day I can't be home working on stuff because I got to be somewhere else. 15 miles an hour under. Expect delays. Wonderful. And I'm just gonna pull over and hang back and let everyone else deal with that. Looks like I might have made a couple marks on my pullover. Oops. Have fun, everyone. I got a little paint there too. Been here for a while, checked everything, took a tail light out, checked the load, checked all the straps, and everyone else is still right there. I could, leave in another 15 minutes and then catch up to them at the next, another mile. Not really any further down the road yet, so I'll just pull over and let everyone else get mad. Oh, stop ahead, imagine that. Alright, got the trailer unloaded. We'll stop here next at Spokane Water Knife and see what it takes to trace out and make a couple more of these bracket. Alright, I gotta backtrack, get another seal or 3 or 4, and we gotta go get shackles. Alright, got more. Now to get more of other things. Alright, well, they were completely out of the right length shackles without buying the entire kits. Luckily, kinda was able to make me a deal on the kits with the right length shackles with deducting the a few pieces, so it helps save a lot of money. Yep. Drop off these tires, see if they can switch them out fast. Okay, another way too much money day concluded. So here we are again, the day before originally hoping to leave by. Still no rear shocks, still fighting with those. Have to do electrical. Still got to put gear lube in the differentials again. My transport for the truck fell through, so we're now trying to get other tow rigs ready to revise the plan. We're taking that Suburban as our runaround emergency whatever vehicle to run back and forth to camp or whatever, or if we need a extra winch or whatever. I was just going to tow that. Well, now that I got to tow this, possibly, we got to get another tow rig ready to tow that, and all the tow rigs are having issues. That's got no front drive line, no four-wheel drive shifter yet. That's got the clutch and transmission out of it right now. Like I normally tow that with, the clutch is getting weak on, so that's why I didn't want to tow it. I'm working on possible other transportation for it.